This is Gerald, Tarot Stash. Thanks very much for watching this video. Here's the finished piece that I've created. And here is the inspiration photo. Tonight's sunset, no filter required. And Candy posted a picture of this on Facebook on August 24th, 2022. And I just loved it, and I knew it would be a wonderful landscape quilt. There's the blank canvas, so to speak, and I put lines in there for horizon line in different sections. And throughout the process, the inspiration photo was with me, especially as I looked at my palette of fabrics for different colors. And I really like using hand paint batiks. And here's a collection of fabrics where you can see some of the fabrics in there, and I will chop them up. Here's the first layer of fabric. And here's a close-up to where you can see I've just done raw edge sewing, and you can see how I've cut the sun out to create that dramatic layer. Throughout the process, I put multiple lines of stitching in, and then I cut one layer or more out just to allow it to create the vision of the clouds and the sunset and the sea. I think it's very effective how that works. Once I had the horizon line set up, I actually moved to the clouds in the sky and started layering the dark sections and pinning them down. Very effective as a way of allowing me just to do a straight line of stitches across all of those pieces, and it gives me some fun opportunities with the layers. Here you can see more layers that have been put on, and I have actually put some of the batik underneath the purple. Here's how it looked. At one point, I started at the horizon line, and then I worked above that, and then for the clouds, and then below it for the water. Again, it's a long process, and you can see here I am taking more of the batik and I'm pinning it down. I use a lot of pins through the process. So you can see the inspiration photo as well as the progress. So I hope you can see how the inspiration and the fabric quilt is working. My process as an artist is to work on something, put it up on the wall, and step back. So I was taking this video so that I could look at it to see how the image was flowing together. You can also see that how I have folded and manipulated the fabric to be three-dimensional. Great technique for artists is to take a black and white photo to see how the values are working. And you can continue to see how just folding over the fabric, manipulating it, layering it, just to allow it to look like clouds. The interesting thing here is you'll see that light purple at the top didn't work, and I verified that here because I took a black and white photo and it just was not quite right. It was just far too light. So you see the back here? You see those lines? Yep. Seam ripper time. Time to actually rip some of those fabrics off. I didn't rip all of those out. Some of them, in fact, I just cut out and then I layered it with other fabric. So, but it's the process, isn't it? Sometimes you just have to remove it because it didn't work. You can see how I'm actually layering more fabric on top of it. Here I'm working on the water, and you will see how I have layered a couple of different types of fabric, and I'm cutting through them to allow it to be three-dimensional. It's quite stunning, actually, I think. And this fabric is perfect for that, because when that's done, you can see that, gee, there's another color below it. So there's a lot of layers. I think the threads coming off of that do make it look like waves on the water. And again, here's a close-up of the continual progress, so you can see how I will use the same color thread across multiple colors. It just is the way I work. So here you'll see multiple layers of the same type of fabric just put on top of each other. Folded, ruffled, melded. You can see here there's another section where I'm adding dark reds, and I'm also layering purple on top of the oranges and yellows just to give that depth. There are those pieces sewn down. You can also see near the sun how I have done extra cutting to allow fabric to show through. It works out quite well. There's a close-up of this so you can see the layering that I'm talking about. Here's a section of it in color, and then we go into the black and white, and it's much more balanced for me there. Here's the piece as it was continuing to evolve. I'll let you enjoy the view so that you can see the textures. I will use a consistent color of thread. Like there you could see the pink, and I would use it over the dark purple, I would use it over the orange, I would use it in some of the dark gray, and it adds a little pop of color. You can also see here on the ends that I am allowing those pieces to hang off. For me, aesthetically, I find that very pleasing. This is the finished piece before I actually mailed it to Candy. I'm perfectly happy with the layers and the threads that are hanging out, and it looks really good next to the inspiration photo. I'm very pleased. Here's the back. So you can see the back of the finished piece. Right there you can see where the sun is focused. There is a link in the description of this video of Candy opening the piece, and there's a lot of joy in that, and it makes me very happy to share that with you. The finished size is approximately 36 inches by 14 inches.